Hello, and welcome to an Inquisitive Crafter, episode 3. I'm laughing because I just started podcasting and my blinds are broken and I didn't realize you could see them. And I tried to fix them, but that's the best it's gonna get. I'm also laughing because I just woke up from a nap a little while ago because it's Labor Day weekend here in America, and I'm a teacher and I'm in my 50s, so I nap. And I just woke up from a nap and I have nap hair, so that's what nap hair looks like. But okay, doesn't matter. My name is Susie. I'm coming to you from the Dallas, Texas area in the United States, and this is the Inquisitive Crafter, and I am here to talk to you about my love of crochet and knitting and vibra arts. So I hope you've got something to drink. I have water and something to craft, and I'm ready to sit down and have a little bit of a talk. I'm sorry about the delay in my podcasting. It's been about a month since I've podcast, and that makes me laugh also because I said on the podcast, I'll podcast every other Wednesday. And then that podcast, episode 2, came out on Thursday. And so already I'm messing up the schedule. I'm not very time oriented, so that's probably my fault. But we also had a sudden death in the family that knocked the wind out of our sails a little bit. And then I am a teacher, and I've gone back to work. I teach a middle school orchestra, violins, violas, cellos, and bass in middle school, and that has taken a lot of getting used to. I have a daughter who is a senior in high school, and she's involved in band and choir, and that is a lot of extra things. So I just haven't been here very much, but hopefully I'll fix that for the future. I don't think this episode will have an Inquisitive Picket episode at the end, and I'm sorry about that, but we are working on a really great one for the next episode, for episode 4. So look forward to that. Okay, so let's talk about what I've been working on. So I participated in the Crazy Sock Ladies Summer Sock Camp. I'm wearing my shirt, Summer Sock Camp. Participated in that, and I also participated in Boston Jen's Down Cellar Studio Splash Pad Party, and I was double dipping for that and then failed utterly. I was working on my Rose City rollers out of my, I don't remember what this yarn is called. I think it's called Into the Deep, but I was working on the sock. I'm on the second sock, so I'm halfway through the foot, a little bit more than halfway, I think. I just put on a really cutesy candy corn stitch marker that I got at last year's DFW Fiberfest stitch marker swap, and so I thought that was appropriate for the meteorological, I can't even say that word, fall that has happened since it is now after September 1st. It is Labor Day in the US, which is September 4th, Monday. Here is the yarn. That's what I have left of it. I've been keeping it in my Into the Deep bag by Donna's Designs. Love this bag. Love how the colors match the bag. I'm tired of working on 9-inch circulars. My thumbs, being a string player, I play cello, and my thumbs don't like these tiny little needles, but they do go really fast. Like, I don't notice the time, and I'm a slow knitter and I'm an impatient person. I should have put this, an impatient crafter. That's what I should have been called. But I'm an impatient crafter, and I don't like how slow knitting is for me, since I started out as a crocheter, and I consider myself to be a good crocheter and a amateur knitter. But I do love the way these zip along. I don't notice the time passing. I used to knit in the hallways of my school during the passing period, and I have a long passing period for middle school, 6 minutes for the kids to get from one class to the other, because I've got, well, I mean, you don't care, it's school stuff, but I just have a long passing period, and I would like to knit in the halls. However, I'm not there yet. I need to be more comfortable. We have new administration, and I need to be more comfortable with that. But I would love to take something like this into the school to work on. But I've been keeping it in my car and working on it, and now it is part of my 30 minutes of crafting that I am doing in anticipation of Down Cellar Studio, Boston Jen's Pigskin Party, which starts September 7th. I'm so excited. I am on Team 6, which is the Fair Isle Fullbacks, I think is our team name. I should know that, but and I'm really excited to be a part of that. So that was the Rose City Rollers. I've also been working on the Genesis cardigan, which I can't remember who wrote this pattern, and I don't know if you can get it right now. It was bought by another crocheter, I heard, and so she might be republishing this pattern, but I found it on the Wayback Machine. It was on Ravelry. The pattern was on Ravelry. I think it was a free pattern, and I looked at it and you know, drooled over it and stalked it, and then when I finally was ready to make it, it was gone. So I searched for it everywhere. It had been taken off the internet, but I found it on the Wayback Machine. I don't really know how I found it on the Wayback Machine, but I know I have it on the Wayback Machine. That's a big pain in the rear because that will load up the pattern with all the weird little addy things on there, and then it'll stop loading it and you have to reload it. So you have to like be patient, which doesn't work out with me. But I've been working on this cardigan. I'm on the back. I'm kind of making up my pattern a little bit because you were supposed to do the back first and then add the sides, and I didn't know you were supposed to do that. And when I was trying to figure out the pattern, I just thought, oh, I can figure it out on my own, and I just started on the side. So here's that one side, and here's the back. And I've actually added in 2 colors. So this is Lion Brand Mandala yarn in the Warlock colorway. But then I only had 2 skeins of that. I've already used up 1 skein. I don't have another one. So I found the Centaur colorway. So here's the Warlock. Here's the oh, that's better. Here's the center of the Warlock colorway. This is my last remaining skein. And then this is the Centaur. And the colors are similar. Like the gold is similar. It looks really dusty here. Sorry about that. I mean, it might actually be dusty. I don't know. The colors are similar, so I'm just kind of selectively adding on. Like, I don't think I'll put any of this red color in there, but I just want to have enough of these purples and greens to finish the other side, because that's what I like. I think it'll be a cute fall cardigan. I'm going to put black fringe on it like it has in the picture. If you go on Ravelry and you look up the Genesis cardigan, I think the picture is still there, and it's a crochet project. And she has like these colors, but they're fringed in black, edged in black, and it looks really cool. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm keeping this in my introvert but willing to discuss yarn. I don't know where I got this from. This may have been like something from Yarnable, maybe. I don't know where I got this bag, but I think it's a funny bag. So I keep that in there, and that's also in my 30 minutes of crafting, because the Pigskin Party does not allow for whips, works in progress. Well, I have a bunch, and I need to get them done. So I actually, see, I feel so organized. Well, I mean, not really. I made on my, I think this is an Erin Lane planner. I don't know. Anyway, on my planner, okay, let me show it first, and then I'll figure out where I got this planner from. I like sat and did like all the things. So here's my whips that I want to work on, my 30 minutes. And then these are projects I want to do for the Pigskin Party, just so I can kind of feel motivated. I love these little knit-alongs because it makes me feel like it's the new year. You know how you, dust right here in my mouth. You always have the the new year is just a new time, and you make all these plans, and that's what I feel. I love Boston Jen and her knit-alongs, and so they made me really happy. This is what I was showing you. Okay, done. I was trying to delete it. Yeah, it's my Erin Lane Sheeple planner. I just got the digital planner because I'm trying to be a digital girl. Woman, digital girl. And it's cute. It works. I haven't done as much of it as I'd like to do, but that's getting me off track, so I need to focus. Focus, Susie, focus. You can do this. Okay. So that was my Genesis cardigan by, let me see if I can figure out who it's by. I should know this information. Also, I'm sorry if I'm mumbling. I'm trying to not mumble. I don't have a microphone, so hopefully this is working out. Actually, I should test. Okay, everything's working out okay. I think the sound's on. I hope it worked. Hope I haven't lost 11 minutes of podcasting. It was a long time. Okay, so I was looking at the Genesis cardigan, excuse me. The Genesis cardigan, it was by Hooked on Tilly, and I don't remember who has bought it out, but someone's going to republish it because I emailed and asked, and she said yes, she thought she would. So that was the Genesis cardigan. All right, my next work in progress, I think this will be my last work in progress to show you, is my Into the Deep cowl by Karen Woolley, I believe, I'm ripping out stitches, that I'm doing. This is a crochet also, that I'm doing for DFW Fiberfest. This is the crochet along that they are having, and there's going to be some kind of show and tell. I love this project so much. Okay, so I'm using who made this bag? My bag by Awesome Granny, Gnomes and Coffee bag. It's where I'm keeping this project. I also got the little notions pouch that has notions, of course. The yarn is being kept. Okay, so the yarn, let me talk to you about the yarn. Okay, so last year not this past year, but the year before, oh, sorry. Okay, just to pause, my clock is singing. Sorry. Every clock in my house makes noise, pretty much. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to talk over this. All right, so my friend and I, Rebecca, we went on the DFW yarn crawl, and I stopped somewhere and I got Friday Night Fibers by Sharpened Designs, the Hookah Butterfly. It is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. So the colors are Hookah Butterfly, I think, and like Caribbean Breeze. Okay, so this is Hookah Butterfly. I'm keeping this in my my Crafty That Way. I showed this last time, I think. Crafty That Way yarn sleeve. My dragon one. So keep Hookah Butterfly. Look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful blues. And then it came paired with, I think this is called Caribbean Breeze. This is in my mushroom one. Caribbean Breeze. Look at those. Like they had the skeins like wrapped around each other. It was like, I felt like I was drunk on yarn color. It was so beautiful. I had to buy it. So I did. And I think it's going to be amazing. Let me show you my progress. So I'm almost finished with the body of the cowl, and then there's like a netting edging. It's going to be like a bandana cowl, and then you'll have a netting edging that goes around in the Caribbean color, and then I'm going to edge it again with the Hookah Butterfly, I think is what I'm going to do. I hope I'm saying that right. I have some little stitch markers, like a butterfly. I don't know if you can see this one, a butterfly knit. One wing says knit, knit, knit. Thought that was really pretty. And then I also have a dinosaur stitch marker that my husband got for me in San Antonio when we went to, well, he went, I was at a music convention, but he went to Yarnivore, the yarn store in San Antonio, and got that for me. I just think that's so pretty, and I hope to have it finished because DFW Fiber Fest is in a week and a half. So Thursday, I think September 14th, maybe that's the date. Anyway, it's next Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I'm taking so many classes. So I'm taking 4 classes. So let me tell you now what I'm taking. So I am taking a class called I Love Crochet Cables, which I've taken a class on cables before. I took one last year and enjoyed it. No, it was knitting cables. It was knitting cables. I haven't taken a crochet cable class. I've done some crochet cables, but I haven't taken a class. So I'm gonna do I Love Crochet Cables. I'm taking, I didn't write down the rest of what I'm taking. Oh, I'm taking Knitting Comfortably Ever After, so on knitting ergonomics. So I'm excited about that. I'm taking a class called Floor Abundance, which is crochet flowers, which between you and me, I didn't want to take, but my friend Rebecca, my knitting friend, my crochet friend, she was taking it, and we were trying to take a class together. So I'm taking that. And the crochet cable ones, I'm taking those with her, and I'm sure they'll be fantastic. My Rebecca is amazing at making flowers, and after this class that we take, she'll be even more amazing at making flowers. She did the cutest tennis shoes with little flowers all over it and thread. It's so cute. And I'm also taking Mushroom Fairy Houses, which is needle felting, which I'm super excited about because I have a little bit of a gnome fetish, and I think Mushroom Fairy Houses would be perfect to add to my gnome situation. So I'm very excited about the classes. We're also going to the world premiere of the feature film, I'm reading my notes down here, their feature film Interlacements, Threads, and Lives with Marilyn Romakin. I can't read my own handwriting. There's a dinner, there's an in-person Q&A. It's about a weaving movie. That sounds interesting. A weaving movie, and there's door prizes. So I'm very excited about the classes. I just need to finish up my sub plans for school because I don't know. But it'll happen. So I kind of jumped into my plans. So let me backtrack to my Inquisitive Crafter moments. So the new things I tried this time period is I tried commonplace journaling. So commonplace journaling is where you take a little book, a journal, and my understanding of it, you write down everything, anything you want, anything you need to remember, anything you want to talk about, quotes you've read. Like it's kind of like a diary, but it's like a everything that you diary. But then you keep chapter. It's like bullet journaling, because you keep a table of contents where you write down what page number each thought is on, basically. And I thought that would be perfect. I was getting ready to start school. I was really excited about a new thing that I'm doing for my classroom, and I'm gamifying my classroom, and I was really excited about it, and I wanted to keep notes on it, and I'm real nervous about it. I've been teaching for this is my 30th year. It's really hard to teach old people how to do new things. I'm not really that much of a gamer. I don't have that much experience in gaming. I have a little bit, but I'm not a gamer for sure. Anyway, I tried it and then I stopped. I don't think it's for me. I just need a book where I just write stuff down. I don't care about the chapter headings or any of that. So I think that for me was a bust. Maybe I'll come back to it later, but it was a bust right now. The other thing I tried was Rebecca, who teaches down the hall from me. She teaches a class that's basically home economics. So it's got, she does some cooking in it and other things, but this is what I'm talking about, the cooking. So she had baked 7-Up cake for her classes and gave the fine arts team, all the teachers in our hallway, we all sit and eat together and talk about stuff. She had shared the 7-Up cake with us. I'll try to put the recipe in the show notes. And then she had too much cake left over, and it was a little bit sweet, had a lot of butter in it, tiny bit, not really sweet. Like our pieces that we ate, we added honey. It was really good. But she said this would make delicious bread pudding, and she knows I love bread pudding. Now, I've never made bread pudding. Always wanted to, talk about it all the time, like I know what I'm doing. Never made it. So I decided to make bread pudding with the 7-Up cake, and I'm going to try to put a picture in here. It was amazing. It was amazing. Actually, I'm not going to try to put a picture in here because I don't know if I know how to do that. I'm not even sure if I know how to put my 2 videos together that I just did because I had to stop. Here's my, well, this doesn't look great advertising, but it's so good. It was really good. It was really good. So I was very proud of myself. The link was just like basic bread pudding from Betty Crocker. I think it was Betty Crocker recipe, and it was really good. And I was very proud of myself that I made it, and I want to make it again, but I want to use more half and half. I used half and half because I didn't have any milk. I want to use more because it wasn't very puddingy, like the way I think bread pudding's supposed to taste. It was more cakey, but it was really good. It was a good way to use up that extra bread, and my family loved it. So I was very proud. I like to bake new things. All right. Okay, I have finished. Oh, I could talk about what I finished. I have finished basically nothing. No, I have finished like just a couple of things. At the beginning of the school year, I always make my fine arts team a gift. And since I crochet mostly, I think it's hysterical, just makes me laugh, to try to see what I can crochet them every year. So I have been doing, we all got backpacks from our principal. Then all of our backpacks look the same because they're all in our school colors. They all look the same. There's no names on them. So I made crochet heart keychains. Show the picture. For all of the ladies to attach to their backpacks so you could tell which one was which. And then for our one gentleman, I made him a Batman logo for his backpack. Now, truthfully, I may be the only one that actually attached the keychain to the backpack. I haven't seen anybody's backpack since then, but I don't care. They were fun and easy to make. So that pattern was, okay, well, the crochet one was the Crochet Batman logo by Louie Loops. So you can find that on Ravelry. And then the keychain was crochetsbella.com, and I'll put this in the show notes, but she did one. It's not on Ravelry, but I'll put the website where I got that from. They were really easy and fast, and they used up, a little bit of yarn, which is always good. I also made a garnet bead keychain for my next door neighbor in teaching land. The art teacher is so crochet worthy. Because she keeps I make her a lanyard every year, and she uses it every single year until it is worn down. Like, they're disgusting. And I keep telling her, here, let me take that and wash it, or let me make you another one. And she's like, no, don't do that. I love it. So I'm very appreciative of people that use anything I make. So it makes me happy. So I made that. All right. What else do I have to talk about? Okay. My future makes, my plans for Pigskin Party. My big plan that I'm excited about is I had won Yoga of Yarn. Who did I win this from? I won this book, Yoga of Yarn, a few years ago from Pearlden, Texas. And they sent me this book, and I keep it in my bathroom. And occasionally when I'm doing my stuff, I do some of the yoga poses in there and read about it. Well, they have a pattern in here called the Brioche Mallet Cowl. And there's a mala or mala, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but in this book it says that mala is a necklace-like cord strung with 108 beads that you use as a reminder of one's love or devotion to a particular person or idea. There's also mala bracelets. You can use this in meditation. And in meditation, they're guides that help you to maintain focus and remember where you are in our sequence, just like a stitch marker does in knitting. Anyway, there's a pattern, the Brioche Mallet Cowl, and this is by Lisa Laird. And I think I'm going to try to make this. I've never done brioche stitch, or if I have, didn't know I did it. So I picked out some yarn from last year's DFW yarn crawl, and it's Lazy Cat yarn, kinetic sport weight, 100% merino, in the colorways Police Box and Seal Point. And I think that will be beautiful. I hope. And I'll be using up some of my yarn instead of just having it sit in cubbies getting all dusty and me thinking, oh, I should make something, but I don't know what to make. So I'm really happy that I have a plan. So I'm excited about that. What else am I planning? Oh, Crazy Sock Lady is doing a spooky fall something like a spooky make along. And I talked about this in previous podcasts, but there was a lady who had passed away, and we went to her estate sale and got a whole bunch of yarn. And one of the things that I got from there was something she had already knitted. So this is, like, I think these are Halloween colors. And she'd already knitted up this much. I don't know what she was planning on doing with this. And I don't know. I mean, truthfully, I don't think I'm going to keep it like that. I think I'm going to rip it out. I have another ball of it. This is Shopple Wool Ambient yarn, 100% virgin wool merino extra fine, in the colorway Magic Party. So I don't know. I may make, like, can you make socks with this? I'm assuming I can make socks with this, or I may make hand warmers with this. But something that would be good. My brother loves Halloween. I have 3 brothers, and one of my brothers loves Halloween. It's like his favorite season. And I might make it for him. Whatever it is I'm gonna make. So I do feel bad about ripping out someone who's passed away, their project, but I'm never going to be able to knit this like she did. I figure my gauge won't be the same. And I am using the yarn that she had. So I don't know. Originally I thought I'd just hang it up on my wall somewhere, but these aren't really my colors. I'm a green girl, not an orange girl. So I don't know. But it will make me feel good to use up stuff that she had found precious and loved. And then the other thing that I'm planning to make something with, and I don't know what, probably socks, maybe, is I got my September Yarnable. So if you have not gotten your September Yarnable, turn this off now. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to talk about this. Okay, so September Yarnable, now, like, all of the goodies come in a little zipper pouch. I think it's so cute, but I'm wondering if I'm going to be overrun with zipper pouches. I mean, how many of these do I need? I don't know, I may have to start saving them, give them to students. What I do like about them is they're all different colors for the month, so I like that. They always come with a card with a scratch off code that gives you information about the theme of the month. So for September 2023, the theme is Mossy Hollow. She quotes a poem, a little bit of Robert Frost. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. I love that poem so much. The gifts are page flags. It's a little fall themed page flags, so cute, to use for your bookmarks or to keep tabs in your pattern. I just love that. Then woodland themed sticky notes from Yarnable. Oh, the page flags are by a girl of all work. So this is from Yarnable. It has a cute little fox. It says just one more row. That's so cute. I don't know why it says just one more row, because neither that chipmunk or that fox are knitting or crocheting, but whatever. And then it comes with a magnetic bookmark from Yarnable. I thought this was kind of cool. I didn't know what it was at first. It says it's not hoarding if it's yarn, and it's a little clip, and it's got magnets, so you can just clip it and mark your page. So I think that's nice. My bad thing about Yarnable goodies is I tend to keep them together and I don't use them. So I need to use them. I'm trying. And then the yarn. Okay, so I get the DK weight and I get the mini skein. So I'm gonna show you the mini skein first, because that comes, the skein comes in a little bag, so you can't see the colorway if you don't want to, but the mini skein's always out. So my mini skein is Rustic Reverie. This is Plush DK 8515 superwash merino and nylon. Is so soft. And then the yarn, Mossy Hollow. Look at that green. Look at that red. Those are perfect for fall. And Kay's spooky fall, whatever her knit along is called, that I should know. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I'm so excited. So those are the things that I'm excited about. The last thing I wanted to talk about really quick before I say goodbye is I have been reading Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. Let me find the... I took pictures of the book so you could see. Okay. By Jessie Sultan, I think is her name. I don't know. I have a check mark hidden in front of it, so that may not be her name. But I've also been reading Artemis. Oh, Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers, I think was recommended on Craft Cook Read Repeat, and it's funny. It's really good. And then Artemis by Andy Weir. I love Andy Weir. He wrote The Martian. And I've actually read this book before, Artemis, but I'm rereading it again. It's maybe my third time. His third book, The Hail Mary Project, or Project Hail Mary, I can't remember the name. Everybody has to read that book. You must read that book. I've heard there's a movie coming out. You're going to want to read it beforehand. It is so good. It is so perfect in a fantasy sci-fi book, and it has so much spirit and heart and goodness, and it's so good. It's really good. And then the last one, I just bought this book, Crochet Imkins. Look at these Imkins. I can't wait to make these. Are they not adorable? This is by Megan Lapp, I think is her name. I have her other book that she did, Fantasy Creatures, Crochet Fantasy Creatures, and it's really good. And this book is kind of like you pick what body you want to make, and you pick what head you want to make, and you pick what hat you want to make, and you just make up your own character, what arms you want to make. So it's kind of a do-it-yourself. I mean, it is a do-it-yourself. It's a crochet book, but it's really cute. And the eyes make it, so I've got to buy these eyes from whatever company she said to buy them from. I've made one of her patterns before, and it was really good. Very easy to understand. So, highly recommend. All right. I think that's it. I think I've talked your ear off. Again, I'm sorry there's no Pickett movie at the end, but next week it'll be really good. So have a good week. I'll see you in a few. Bye.